The whispers of the lost book. The night was cold, and the old archive room was lit only by a trembling lantern. As I opened the dust-covered chest, a forgotten Ottoman manuscript revealed itself. Its ink faded, its pages fragile, yet the moment I touched it, a strange warmth moved through my hands. It felt alive. This book was the same book my father had searched for decades ago, before he mysteriously disappeared. And now, standing where he once stood, I felt the echoes of his unfinished journey guiding me. The ancient pages were filled with forgotten symbols, hidden seals, and mystical markings. Each line seemed to breathe with sacred knowledge. Knowledge meant to be protected, or perhaps never uncovered. As I turned the pages, the letters shimmered faintly, as if whispering through the veil of time. A sudden chill swept across the room. The lantern flickered. I heard a faint voice, soft, distant, like a long-lost prayer carried by the wind. My heart pounded. The book was awakening, and it had chosen me. But one thing was clear. This manuscript held a secret powerful enough to alter destinies, and my journey had only begun. The map that shouldn't exist. By sunrise, I discovered a folded parchment hidden inside the last page, an ancient map, Ottoman script, star diagrams, and a symbol I recognized from my father's old notebooks. My pulse quickened. Just then, my childhood friend Alif entered the room, her eyes widening as she saw the map. "We have to follow it," she whispered. We spent days decoding the markings, comparing them with forgotten historical documents. Each symbol pointed toward a lost city mentioned only in myths. Under candlelight, the map almost seemed to shift, like it wanted to guide us. Then came the dream. I saw a harbor from centuries ago, a ship waiting under a starlit sky, and a voice saying, "Follow the path of the sealed ones." The next morning, a new symbol, one that had not been there before, appeared on the map. Neither of us could explain it, but we knew it was a sign. Our journey led us across ruins, deserts, and abandoned caravanserais. On the wall of one ancient stop, we found the first real clue, a carved mark, identical to the one on the lost book. We were getting closer, but something or someone was following us too. The secret of the spirit dream. The old caravanserai stood silent under the moonlight. As we entered, an eerie melody, something between a ney flute and a distant chant, floated through the air. It wrapped around us like a forgotten memory. Inside, tucked between two stones, we found another relic, an Ottoman talisman book filled with drawings of temples, prophecies, and symbolic paths of awakening. When I touched it, a sudden vision flashed before my eyes. I saw an ancient dervish. I saw my father standing beside him, and I heard a single sentence. "The truth is divided. You must reunite it." Aleph grabbed my arm as I staggered back. The book hummed, yes, hummed, like it held a living heartbeat. It contained half of a sacred truth, and the lost book we carried held the other half. Destiny was pulling us forward, but the more answers we found, the heavier the unknown felt. This was no longer just a historical search. It was spiritual, cosmic even, and someone from the shadows wanted to stop us from uncovering the final truth. The shadow that guards the past. The next coordinates led us to a mountain cave feared for centuries. Locals called it the Gate of Shadows. As we stepped inside, the air grew colder. The walls glowed faintly with red and black ancient symbols. Warnings, perhaps. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Dust rained from above. Elif gasped as a stone door slid shut behind us, sealing us inside. Then we saw him. A tall figure emerged from the darkness, robed, silent, his eyes burning with ancient purpose. He was the last guardian of the forgotten order, the same order that once protected the sacred manuscripts we now carried. "You were never meant to open the path," he said, his voice echoing like 1,000 whispers. But the moment he saw the 2 books in my hands, his expression shifted. Not anger, recognition. The guardian stepped aside and pointed to a stone altar where a sealed parchment lay. "The final key," he said. "Your father tried, but he never finished." My heart stopped. We were now walking a path he could not complete, and the ending was waiting on the other side of the final chamber, the final key. At dawn, the guardian vanished, leaving us alone with the sealed parchment. As we opened it, the symbols aligned with our 2 books, forming a complete map, a spiritual diagram pointing to one last destination, a hidden chamber. We pushed open the stone door, and golden light washed over us. Inside, on a pedestal, lay the missing half of the lost book, the true manuscript my father had died searching for. When we opened it, the room filled with a warm, ancient radiance. Every symbol, every word revealed a truth older than empires. Knowledge is not meant to be possessed. It is meant to be carried forward. Tears filled my eyes. This was my father's legacy, and now it was mine. Elif squeezed my hand. "Your journey ends here," she whispered, "but a new truth begins." We left the chamber as the morning sun rose, carrying with us knowledge guarded for centuries, a sacred story finally reunited, and the world would never be the same again.